The B-2 Spirit remains the most mysterious bomber in the U.S. Air Force. In this video, we break down why the B-2 Spirit is still one of America's most strategically powerful aircraft in 2026, from its unmatched stealth design to the quiet upgrades that allow it to penetrate the most heavily defended airspace on Earth. For most aircraft, invisibility is temporary. Radar improves, sensors multiply, detection becomes layered, networked, relentless. Air power evolves in cycles. Speed dominates until radar catches up. Altitude dominates until missiles climb higher. Numbers dominate until precision makes them irrelevant. And then, sometimes, something changes the rules entirely. The B-2 Spirit first flew in 1989. It was not built to be fast. It was not built to be numerous. It was built to be unseen. Designed during the final decade of the Cold War, the B-2 was America's answer to a terrifying assumption that future wars would begin in skies saturated with radar, missiles, and layered air defenses designed to deny entry. The mission was simple in concept, impossible in execution. Fly through the most defended airspace on Earth, deliver decisive force, leave without being intercepted. No escorts, no electronic chaos, no second wave clearing the path, just absence. The aircraft that emerged looked less like a bomber and more like an idea. A flying wing, no vertical tail, no sharp protrusions, no traditional fuselage. Every curve shaped to scatter radar energy away from its source. Every seam aligned, every panel engineered with intention. The B-2 does not overpower radar. It avoids conversation with it. Where earlier bombers relied on altitude or speed, the Spirit relies on geometry. Its smooth, bat-like silhouette is not aesthetic, it is mathematical. Radar waves strike its surface and are redirected, diffused, weakened. Even the engine inlets are buried deep within the wing, heat signatures reduced, edges masked. Stealth is not a feature on the B-2. It is the aircraft. But stealth alone does not explain its endurance, because stealth ages. Sensors improve, infrared systems sharpen, data fusion networks grow smarter. And yet, more than 30 decades after its first flight, the B-2 remains relevant. The reason is not just invisibility, it is reach. The B-2 can fly intercontinental missions without forward basing. It can depart from the continental United States, strike targets across the globe, and return home, sometimes flying missions that last over 30 hours. 2 pilots, 1 cockpit, no excess. Inside, the environment is controlled, deliberate, almost restrained. Unlike crowded fighter cockpits, the B-2's interior reflects its purpose: long duration, high consequence. There is space to stand, minimal provisions for rest, systems designed for endurance rather than agility. The aircraft is not meant to dogfight. It is meant to persist. And persistence changes strategy. Stealth bombers do not wait for air superiority. They create it. In the opening hours of a conflict, before fighters sweep the skies, before cruise missiles saturate defenses, aircraft like the B-2 move first. They target integrated air defense systems, command nodes, critical infrastructure. They dismantle the eyes and brain of the battlefield. This is where the Spirit earns its cost. Because the B-2 is expensive. Each aircraft costs over $2 billion when accounting for development. Only 21 were ever built. Fewer remain operational today. It was never designed to be numerous. It was designed to be decisive. While conventional bombers rely on mass, the B-2 relies on access. It carries both conventional and nuclear payloads, precision-guided munitions, massive ordnance, weapons tailored for hardened, buried targets. But what makes the B-2 strategically unmatched is not just what it carries, it is where it can carry it. Deep inside defended territory, without warning. Unlike supersonic bombers, the B-2 does not announce its arrival. Unlike legacy aircraft, it does not require corridors cleared by others. It arrives quietly, precisely, leaves uncertainty behind. Over the years, its most important upgrades have been invisible. Avionics modernization, improved communications, enhanced defensive management systems. The Spirit became more connected, more aware, more integrated into joint force networks. It is no longer just a bomber, it is a strategic node, connected to satellites, to intelligence streams, to commanders continents away. Its pilots are not just flying, they are navigating layered digital battlefields. The airframe remains iconic. The mind evolves constantly. This duality is rare. New stealth bombers promise improved efficiency. Fighters promise agility. Drones promise expendability. Few combine global reach, stealth penetration, and heavy payload in one platform. And fewer still have the operational history of the B-2. From Kosovo to Iraq, from Afghanistan to strategic deterrence patrols. The Spirit has been used sparingly, deliberately. Its presence signals seriousness. Because the B-2 is not deployed casually. It is deployed when access matters most, when defenses are strongest, when targets are hardened, when deterrence must be visible, even if the aircraft itself is not. In 2026, newer bombers begin to emerge. Technology advances. Debates about cost, sustainability, and replacement intensify. And yet the B-2 remains operational, not because it is new, but because it still solves a specific problem better than anything else. Penetration, survivability, global precision. The irony is subtle. The aircraft built for a nuclear standoff at the end of the Cold War found its purpose in precision conventional warfare and strategic deterrence in a multipolar world. It was designed for apocalypse. It matured into flexibility. The B-2 Spirit does not rely on speed to intimidate. It does not rely on numbers to overwhelm. It relies on uncertainty. Invisibility changes how adversaries plan. When radar cannot guarantee detection, every assumption weakens. When defenses cannot promise interception, every asset must be reconsidered. Deterrence is not only about power, it is about doubt. The B-2 creates doubt, and that may be its greatest weapon. So when people ask why the B-2 Spirit still matters in 2026, they often focus on age, on cost, on replacement timelines. They assume power fades with time. But strategic relevance is not measured in years. It is measured in capability. The ability to reach anywhere, strike precisely, survive the most defended skies. The B-2 does not dominate headlines. It dominates access. It does not overwhelm by presence. It reshapes the battlefield by absence. And in modern warfare, where the first hours decide the next decade, that kind of power remains invaluable. The B-2 Spirit was never meant to be common. It was meant to be decisive. And decades after its first silent flight, it still is.